Hello, Insight Timer teacher. I'm Doug, and this is Revenue Revealed, the episode where I show you exactly how much money I made in the last month on Insight Timer and exactly how I did it. Stick along because I'm going to show you this time how much I made in the previous years ahead of next month's episode where I show you what I made in all of 2024. So lots to talk about today. Let's dive in with the spreadsheet of dreams that's just behind me as I minimize myself. Right, okay. So I've already filled in one of the things, which is my free content. And as you know, I don't do free content anymore. I don't make any more free content. That may change in the coming months because of something, which we'll get into, a little bonus for you. So what happened is I got 2,063 listens on my free stuff. It got me around $19. This just means that I earn $1 for every 106 plays I get. Then there's a return rate of £4.34. And when I add these two numbers, $19 plus £4.34, and divide it by how many listens, so I adjust the ratio. With the return rate, I actually get paid around $1 for every 86 listens. Okay, so I actually had these wrong because I didn't put in brackets, by the way, and that changed the whole amount. So that's been adjusted now. Right, so let's get into the other amounts. The next amount we need to look at is course plays. How many course plays did I have last month? Now, you know that's something I've been really working on. I really like courses. It's a nice way to interact with people. I also think in terms of return rate, which is how often people come back to the episodes, you get an advantage because people are likely to come back the next day if it's a 5-day course. That's my theory anyway, so that's what I've been working on mainly. Now, November as a total, just as full disclosure, I didn't put much out there, and that's because I was working on my course that comes out in the new year, actually on New Year's Day. So I put a lot of my effort into that, and I was having a baby, so, needs must. So it'll be interesting to see what this month gives us. So for my 4,244 plays, I got $673.16. All right, and that gives us a ratio of, for every 6.3 plays, I get $1. The return rate, like I said, that's what I like about the courses. You get good return rates, although there's probably some calculation I could use to work out exactly which one gets you the most return. But let's just work out what this is. So we're kind of on par. For every 4 listens, I get $1. That's what that ratio means there. Okay, not bad. Donations wise, I never really pay attention to donations. I love getting them, but it's you're not going to build your business on donations. I don't know anyone that has. Maybe someone can, but I just don't see it happening. Then in terms of premium content, this is premium tracks. I have 3,349, and I think at this stage I've probably got more course content than I have track content, if that makes sense. In terms of the earning for those 3,000, it was 521.19, and you can see it's a worse ratio, it looks like. So it is an interesting thing to think about. So 6.3, 6.4, not a lot in it, but just interesting to know the slightly different amounts. And let's go to this next part, which is the return rate. I got paid for this one, 316.49. Okay, and if we then check this out, all right, exactly the same. So slightly better ratio when it comes to, I'll make myself big again, slightly better ratio when it comes to your courses, not by much, but 0.2. I wouldn't think too much about it. Premium content gets you paid, but, marginally different between courses and the tracks. So I've been focusing a lot on courses. I like teaching. I think you get a better growth of audience like that too, personally. But, I'm always willing to be proven wrong. With all that in mind, what was the total amount I got? It says there 1213. I don't think that's right. So something has gone wrong here. Let's see what the calculations is. There, and there. Oh, it doesn't have the return rate. My apologies, everyone. So we're going to have to put this in too, which is that, yeah, and that. So let me fix this up for you. Hold on. So sorry. I just didn't have the return rates put in there. So there we go. 1869. That's what I made for the month. That's great. That takes my yearly total so far to 25,681. Let's look at previous years though, since that's what I promised you here. So I'll go right back to the start. So since I've been tracking, in 2022, I made £500. Kind of happy with that. That was the first time I was making any money. Before that, it was zero. The next month, it was 7,433. Pretty exciting. And that is a massive change. From 500 to 7,000 to then 25,000. There is money to be made here on Inside Timer. Now, I said I wanted to talk about some of the changes, which we can. So let's go to my dashboard. And I also said I'd be thinking about making some free content again. And here's why. Because they've allowed for retreats. As a teacher, probably the biggest margin around is via your retreats. So you can see I've listed there: sun, surf, and stoicism, rewire your mind, redesign your life. It's my first attempt, all right? I don't know how this is going to go. I've done retreats in the past, but never through this platform. And I think this platform has an incredible opportunity to help teachers get hold of their people. When I was running retreats, the hardest thing was getting hold of my people that are interested in meditation and yoga. My Instagram was full of people that were like friends and stunt people and people I met on holiday, like not necessarily the right people. Inside Timer, is niched individuals. So this is a great opportunity, I think. It's hard to know where your audience is from. That retreat that I've listed there is in Sri Lanka. And I'm going to do a whole video in my community about how to make successful retreats once I know how. So if you want to know about that, make sure you check the link below to go to my community. And if you want more tips and hints, they're in there too. But now, this is how advertising of retreats goes in Inside Timer. Someone listens to one of your tracks here. Let me get me out the way again. Someone listens to one of your tracks. So I'm currently getting around 80 listens on my free tracks a day. However, I've got far less free tracks than I do premium tracks now. I've really pushed into the premium tracks. Premium tracks, you can see here on average, probably we're at around 100 listens a day. So the more listens you can get, the more advertising of your retreat there is, because once someone stops listening to a meditation on a randomized schedule, they'll get an advert for your retreat. Every time someone checks out your profile, your retreat is listed first. So I can't really show you on here because it's through the app that this happens. But needless to say, the more content you have now, the more opportunity you have for people to see your retreat. The more good content you have, the more opportunity you have to your retreat. And certainly, the more live events you do, the more opportunity you have to let people know about your retreat. So I've been going live all this week. As you know, it does wonders for your follower count. Look at that. 40 followers in one day. Normally I get around 10. And again, here, another 28. The next time I went live. So it does wonders for it. Again, I think retreats are a great opportunity for teachers to make good money through this platform. I think it's actually quite a genius thing that Inside Timer have done. It's not easy, but it can be done. And I'll be doing a full video, like I say, about how to run a successful retreat, how to sell a successful retreat here on Inside Timer. But that's where my mind's at the moment. My courses are doing pretty well. Like I say, New Year's always does well, so I always release one in the new year. But even this, you see, from going live, look at that. Huge bump up. And this course has been out for over a year now. And it just keeps banging. But the one that I released this time last year was this one, 30 Days to the Best Day of the Rest of Your Life. And you can see this one. Again, new year, 50, 60 listens at a time. Not bad for over a year old now. And then the one that's more recent, that came out on New Year's Day, Start Your Year Like a Stoic. Boom. Let's have a look. There we go. Up to 211 listens in a day. Like, that's 218. We're doing pretty well with this one. So this is a great opportunity. Again, what you can start to do now is start to use your comments, for instance, as a way to tell people about your thing, about what you're doing. So I've got a pinned post here somewhere. It's annoying that the pinned post doesn't go right to the top. Oh, that's on newest replies. Top, does that do it? Anyway, you can pin, here you go. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section, and look out for my Stoicism retreat this year. So already I'm putting that seed into their mind, and then we'll advertise through here too. I don't think this is the best place to advertise because people don't fully check this out, but certainly every time someone comments on something, then I'm going to go back to them. The same with the ratings and reviews. So although we don't get paid for commenting on our things anymore, we can go back in here and we can start conversations with people. This is like lead generation gold for most people. Anyway, I'm rambling on too long. If you want to learn more about this, learn more about the business of meditation, especially through Insight Timer, check the links below. Come join my community. That's all I have to say. I'll see you next month.